This is going to be a quick and precise rundown of how I take an e-commerce site that I don't really know anything about and use the Linkio feature set to understand how the site's doing, and if I'm building links, how I should build them, what pages I should target, how many links I need, what anchor text to use, and then manage that whole process. So first of all, I was trying to find a niche that I thought was interesting, so I went with bulk candy, candydirect.com. They just sell like bulk candies and by color, by candy type, by brand, by holiday. Um, Currently, this is a site that has a domain rank of 38, some traffic already established. However, they lost a ton of traffic, haven't really recovered since. And let's say they wanted to start a link building campaign to improve. So I pop in a Linkio, and this is an e-commerce site. This is a partial match domain because it's got candy in the domain. We'll go with Candy Direct as the brand name. I don't know of any alternative brand names at the moment. And then I'm going to import via my Ahrefs API and then the Moz backlink API as well. My search engine is Google, so I'll keep all this as default. And I want to start with seeing where some of their main keywords rank. So I put together a quick list. I'm going to click on the rank tracker. I'm going to add these 4 keywords. A few seconds later, I see that bulk candy ranks on page 2, jawbreaker candy page 3, a couple of these. The rest are basically on page 3. Here's the search volumes. Okay, well, we know the rankings, we know which pages are ranking. I want to see the competition for some of these pages and see what I can do to improve. So I'm going to go to add new pages, and these pages show up here. So I'm going to analyze the home page. The main keyword is it's bulk candy, whatever's in the title tag. Let's go with bulk candy for now. Bulk candy. I'm also going to analyze all 3 of these pages. This is the home page. These are all e-commerce pages, so that's accurate. These keywords are automatically in there. So now that I've added these to the analyzer, this page now we've entered the analyzer. The default here is a suggestion dashboard, but I would go with the pages list view just to keep things simple. Now what's happening in the background is we're bringing in the backlinks for each one of these. We're bringing in the backlinks for each one of these pages. And these backlinks are going to get crawled, analyzed, deduped. Index status is going to be checked for each one of them. So while that's happening, I want to see who's ranking ahead of me. So I'm going to go to add new competitors. And this one's for the home page. I like to analyze the competitors and their home pages to see how mine stacks up. I think that's important regardless of what page you're trying to rank for. I'm going to click Auto Discover Competitors for the keyword bulk candy. And now we're querying Google's top 10 for that keyword. And in a few seconds, it's going to return those results. Okay, so for bulk candy, here are the top 10 results. Now the page I'm looking at is the home page. So I'm looking to analyze just the home page results as well. We have Candy Nation here. We have bulk candy store, and we have candy favorites. Candy Nation, 244 referring domains, 291, candy favorites, 516. So what's going to happen here is once I pull these in, Linkio is going to analyze the backlink profile for each one of these, and it's going to give us some kind of useful information. So before I do that, I just want to make sure the brand name is good here. Brand name for this one is bulk candy store, most likely for candy favorites. So get these spaces right, because when we import the backlinks, we're categorizing the anchor text, and we're using these 2 fields to help us do that. So Candy Nation here. These are the keywords that we pull from the title tag. Always make sure these are accurate and that it doesn't contain the brand name in it. This one contains the brand name. This one contains the brand name because it has the word store in it. I'm just going to remove those. And this is just some junk data. We're going to remove those. These three will import. Now this takes some time to crawl through and check the status of over 1,000 links across all these pages. So let's just wait. And then when things are ready, you'll get a notification here that you can come back in. So I'll pause this video and come back. So let's see what we have here. Let's pretend I'm doing SEO for candydirect.com. I want more rankings. I'm stuck on page 2, page 3 for my main keywords. And is my homepage the problem? Let's see. Because it says I have 1,400 referring domains. That's a lot of referring domains, right? So here's the competitors who are ranking better than me. We have Candy Favorites, Bulk Candy Store, Candy Nation. And overall referring domains, I've got 300, 600, 2,000. I have 1,400. So that looks like I'm pretty good, right? On the higher end of authority. For the domain ranks, they have 29, 32, 60. I've got 37. I'm up there. Live referring domains. Now this is specifically to the page that we're looking at, which is the home page. 1,071 live referring domains. That's more than any of my competitors. However, all of that information is completely misleading, and this is why Linkio is important. Because of those links, how many of them are do follow and indexed in Google? 57, 68, 113, 123. So of these 1,000 links, maybe 12% of them are passing SEO value. The rest are, what? I'll show you what the rest are. If you look at live referring domains here, 879 of these links are not indexed in Google. They're automated, auto-generated sites, they're coupon sites. But still, 123 referring domains links to the homepage. It's more than my competitors, so at least it's not a power problem, right? Is it an anchor text optimization problem? Are my anchor texts too aggressive? Well, for my branded anchor text here, Candy Direct 43, keyword based is 13, hybrid 7, 14. This is pretty naturally distributed. I have an anchor text score of 70 for this page, which is perfectly fine. If we look at the competitors, their anchor text scores 76, 60, 41. 41. Why is it 41? Well, what is the score being compared to? Right now, the default for this page is set to the ideal being from the national homepage partial match. So if you scroll here, you see that there's exact match, partial match. We specified this was as a partial match domain. Partial match domains in Linkio, they have this type of backlink profile. The value of doing this exercise also is sometimes if you don't want to use the Linkio defaults, it's better to actually use competitors who are ranking high for your keywords, seeing what percentages they have and modeling it after that. In this case, these two have a 50%, 50%. This one has a 23%. Whenever you see a high ranking site with a really low brand in Linkio, it probably means something's wrong with the categorization algorithm. So what I would do here in this case, I would go to Candy Nation I would scroll down to this section where we list the backlinks that we looked at. I would expand it, and I would start eyeballing what I think might be wrong for the categorizations. So I'll start looking at, okay, this is website name, this is this, brand keyword together, sounds okay. Looks like they've been negative SEO'd, but guess what? None of these links are indexed, so Linkio ignores these anyway. You don't have to worry about these. You just want to look at the ones that are green because those are the ones that count towards the percentages. Looking at a few more, brand name categorized okay. What is this here? Peerlesscandy.com. Right now it's categorized as totally random, but this is a 301 redirect. So this is probably messing up the categorizations a bit. If we copy that, and you go to categorization settings for this competitor, there's a section for alternate page URL. I would go ahead and add that in and then recategorize. It's a lot of links, so it's going to take a little bit of time. I also just noticed Peerless Confection Company. So this is the brand name for that old redirect, right? For this, if it's a redirect, I consider these branded anchor text as well. So what I would do is I would go in here, I would put Peerless. I might do little variations like Peerless. I also like to take the main keyword and just remove the space. So again, it's when you're getting the perfect competitor anchor text percentages and your own, it pays to do this quick exercise just to get the most accurate percentages. All right, the sorting is done. Now after a few rounds of editing, we see the percentages of branded are closer to where they probably should be, probably would be for a high ranking site, 45%. And you know, you can throw whatever backlinks for competitors you want at Linkio. Linkio is tailor made to just cut through the garbage and get to the links that count. So now we have these percentages branded. Everything is close to 45, 50% branded. Distribution of keywords, distribution of natural. Now, do I copy these anchor text percentages or do I use the Linkio defaults or create my own? So this is my model for deciding on how to go about things. Question number one is, do they have more links than me? If a page only has 3 links, 10 links, maybe even 20 links, and it's a homepage, the less links you have, the more aggressive you can be with your anchor text. It's when you start getting a lot of links that you need a good, safe distribution. So if I'm trying to copy people who have less links than me, I may be shooting myself in the foot, whereas just following our defaults is much safer. Now, since all of these have less links than I do, I would probably just leave it at the Linkio defaults. However, Candy Favorites potentially is worth going after. It's similar to mine. It ranks better. They're a little less aggressive on the keyword anchor text than I am. I'm more aggressive for all fronts, but this is still more aggressive than the basic ideal. So if I wanted to be at least a little bit more aggressive, like these 3, I think taking the average sometimes would make sense. This is kind of a feel thing, but if there's not a lot of links to begin with, remove it from counting, remove it from the averages. If the domain isn't similar to your domain, if it's not the same, there's low, medium, high authority sites, whatever category you're trying to copy should be relatively same category as your site. And then the other factor is if you have a partial match domain like Candy Direct, you should only be trying to copy other partial match domains because the percentages vary depending on whether it's a partial, a non-match, an exact match. So lucky for us, all of these are really partial match domains. I like these average numbers. So in this situation, I would do the drop down. I would hit the competitor averages, and this would become my target anchor text percentages to shoot for. Now, if I'm building homepage links and I have an opportunity and I can choose the anchor text, then it's very simple for me to go to the anchor text suggestion tab and see that I need a lot more natural anchor text. So I might be looking for do follow directories. I might be writing guest posts, giving myself natural links, either in the content or in the bio. And that's how I'd run it. And then when I get an opportunity, I would make a note to myself. Maybe I'd set it as started. So when I get my next opportunity, I know I can set it as started. And then I we do this stuff all the time. I didn't want to boggle my team down with data entry. So you never have to come back here and mark it as published. Linkio, as it discovers new links, as you add more links that you publish, it's gonna compare and contrast the new data to what's written here, and it'll close any open statuses. It'll refresh this. So anytime you load this page, a fresh you're gonna get a fresh suggestion that's the most accurate. Now, what we found here, I know we're getting pretty technical, but this, if you have an e-commerce partial match site, this is important. This is just one aspect, right? This is just your homepage. What about an inner page that you wanted to rank? So let's look at some of our inner pages. So what if I wanted to rank for bulk jelly beans? I could go to the anchor text planner, add new pages. These are already added to the anchor text planner, so that's great. Here's the page. Does the page have any existing backlinks? No, it does not. So here I could add new competitors. Let's see who ranks at the top. Now this first step is even determining if this page is appropriate for the keyword. When you're identifying competitors, you're looking to see which competitors on page one match your page type and authority level. So you have a bunch of Amazons, you have Gimbals, which, the branded term, you have Walmart, Office Depot, Riverfront Times. This is a blog post, PR Newswire. What is this? This is an affiliate site, candy store. So of the 10 pages, you have one e-commerce site that sells multiple products. Everything else is a massive site, the branded site, or blog content. But when you're doing this analysis, just pick the site that's relevant to your page type, and then do edit the thing and make sure these keywords look good. And I would do the same exercise here. I would add this competitor. I would let Linkio do its analysis, and let's pause and come back. All right, so even now I'm just looking at the links that Ahrefs provided, a couple coupon links, some random search links. Essentially, this page is ranking not because of the links it has going directly to the page. It's just linking based on the thematic relevance that Google has, plus the trust that it has for this page. So what I would do in this situation, if I had to decide whether I'm targeting this page for links or not, considering all of these have way more authority than I do, and the page that's ranking doesn't have any links going directly to it, I may do a couple test links just to see if that moves me up the ladder for this term, but I would most likely focus on more thematic relevance, more homepage authority links, and work from there. Here's another example. What if I wanted to target this bulk candy page directly? Let's see if there's any internal pages that rank for this keyword that have similar optimization that I do. This gets a lot more interesting because these are all sites that are very similar in me. The last example, we had one on the bottom of page 10 that had no links. Here we have direct competitor internal page. This kind of an authority site. This direct competitor. This is Amazon, we'd ignore. And then we have some of the home pages, internal pages, home pages, internal pages. So here, I would again identify pages that share my same page type. Make sure the branding has the right spaces in it. Just eye the keywords, make sure it's okay, import it, and do the whole process over again. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, just let me know.